This video has been brought to you by DataVinci Analytics Agency.
Hello, today we are going to cover Workspace Reports in Adobe Analytics. When you start using Adobe, you might find it a bit difficult to create custom reports or to understand the terms used in Analytics Workspace. Moreover, if you are moving to Adobe from GA4, you will notice that the reporting is quite different between the two platforms. But don't worry, we are going to cover everything about Workspace reports in our video. So let's start with a quick overview. We will cover what are Adobe Analytics Workspace reports, how are they different from GA4 reports, followed by the areas of Analytics Workspace, and what are the key terms that are used in Analytics Workspace. Finally, we will create a custom report together. So, let's begin. Analytics Workspace is a robust and flexible feature available to us. We can simply drag and drop the visualizations, adjust the dimensions and metrics, and create dashboards, which can help us to view data and drive insights. Moreover, it is super easy to share the report within our organization and even schedule it. Isn't it amazing? So let's learn a bit more about them. Let's understand how are reports in Adobe different from GA4. Reports in GA4 are based on a prefabricated reporting view, which is based on the anticipated best view to view the data. Now, what does that mean is that reporting is not flexible in GA4. There are a couple of visualizations like freeform, funnel, etc. We can add the dimensions and metrics, filters and segments, but that's about it. We cannot customize the reporting view. On the other hand, Adobe offers us complete flexibility. We can create the dashboard in any way we want. We can drag and drop the visualization however we like it to be, adjust the metrics, dig deep into the data, and drive insights. Now, let's look at the areas of Analytics Workspace. We have our far left rail, which has the option to switch between visualizations, components, etc. The left rail displays the option based on the selection from far left rail. Then we have our canvas where the magic happens, and we have a drop down with the report suite name. So now let's look at the key terms that are used in Analytics Workspace. We have panels, which are kind of building blocks. They are the wrappers where we place our visualizations. Now, what are visualizations? Visualization is the way how we want our data to be. Do we want it in the form of a freeform table or a bar chart or a pie chart? We can decide. Then we have components, which are placed in the visualization that return data. So the hierarchy is panels, inside it visualizations, and inside the visualization we place the component. We have dimensions, metrics. So dimensions are variable values, typically text, example, referrer, or country. Metrics specifies a event or a conversion. Example, page views, purchase, or registration. Then we have segments. Segments allow us to dissect the data to view a specific part of our data. Then we have date range, which allows us to organize the data for the particular date range, like let's say 30 days, 28 days, etc. So now the challenge. We know the theory, but how to create a report, how to navigate the interface, most importantly, how to start. Not to worry, let's create a report together. When you land on the workspace of Adobe, this is what it looks like. We have the list of reports along with some information about them, like is there any tag associated with the report? Is the report scheduled or not? What is the report suite used in the report? Who is the owner of the report? Further, when was the report last opened? When was it last updated? And what is the location of the report? If you want to view an existing report, you can simply click a report from this list. But in this case, we want to create a report on our own. So we will select the Create Project option here. Adobe provides us with a couple of templates that we can use. But in this case, we will select a blank workspace project and click Create. Let's navigate the interface. On the left, we have panels, visualizations, and components, which we already discussed about. On the top, we have the option to rename the report. Under project, we have various options such as save or download as CSV or PDF, etc. Then we have the option to edit, undo, redo, or clear. Then we can insert the panels from here as well, add components, share the report, schedule the report, and we have the help section. So if we go to the panels, we will see that there are a number of panels available here: blank, attribution, freeform, quick insights. So let's start with the freeform panel. It is already added here, but instead of a freeform table, let's change the visualization. So we can select the visualization from here, or we can go to the visualization tab here and drag and drop the required visualization. Let's click the key metric summary. Let's say we want to view the visits that happened. If we select the date range for the panel, then it will automatically affect the visualization. So let's say I change the date range here. I change it to 1st to 31st January and apply. Then it is automatically updated on the visualization card as well. We have the option to add the segment, and this here specifies the comparison range that we want. So let's click Build. This will give us a scorecard for visits. So we can rename this. Now, we can also adjust this as per our own requirement. Let's click Settings to explore that. We can choose what we want to emphasize, percentage or a number value. Then we can hide the legends and annotations and trend lines. Or we can also choose to show the trend line. It totally depends on the use case. So this will be the trend line for, let's say, this month, and the gray one will be for the preceding month. Now, let's add another scorecard here. Simply drag and drop. Now we want to analyze how many new users were there during the month of January. We'll click build. Rename the card. The settings option basically in all the visualizations help us to customize it as per our own need. So if you are seeing a visualization that you don't like or there is something that you want to modify, always review the settings. So we will change it. So these are the new users. Let's say add orders. It is very easy, as you can see, to navigate around Adobe. It is basically drag and drop, and you can resize the cards as per your own requirement. We'll click build, rename it, change the settings, and we're done. Looks like our dashboard is already coming together. So let's rename our panel as well. Overview. Right? Now, if you want, then you can continue with the same panel, or you can choose to add another panel below this. Like, let's say, a quick insights. So what this will do is, if you add the marketing channel here and select the visits, so it will automatically create a few charts for you, which you can use in your report. So let's rename this as marketing channel. Now, moving ahead. We can also add other visualizations like, let's say, a donut chart or a line chart. So let's add a line chart now. So first, let's select the data that we want to display on the line chart. Under dimensions, if you are not seeing the dimension that you want to add, you can simply click show all, and it will show an expanded list of all the available dimensions. You can select, let's say, day. And for a particular day, let's say we want to analyze how many visits were there and how many unique visitors were there on the website. Also, let's add how many orders were there. So we will select orders. Whatever we are plotting here will be displayed in the line chart above because we selected the line chart visualization. As you can see, the date range for this panel is not the same as the one that we selected above. And why is that? Because we just applied the changes to a single panel. What we can also do is, we can click the date range here, and click Apply to all panels. Or we can also individually select the date range, totally depending on the use case. But here, I want all the panels to display the data from a particular date range, that is, in the month of January. As you can see that our line chart is now plotted, and if we want to review the data, we can simply hover over it and it will let us know that for 7th Jan, how many unique visitors were there, or let's say we want to know how many visits were there or how many orders were there. Quite easy, right? So let's rename it Trend by Day. So now that our line chart is added and we are satisfied with our visualization, we can choose to hide the data source by simply clicking the settings option again, because when in doubt, click settings. In the settings, we have data source, and we can simply uncheck the show data source option. And don't worry if you do it by mistake, or let's say you review your visualization later and you want to make some changes to it, you can simply click the settings option here. Yeah, and in the data source, you can click show data source. So the table is visible again. Now, let's move on and add another visualization to our dashboard, and that will be, let's say, a pie chart. All right, so let's go to the visualizations. Click the pie charts, donut chart. And again, the same rule will apply. First, we will have to select the data for the free form, and then it will be displayed in the visualization. So let's say we want orders again in the metrics. Then we want to select our dimension. So let's say instead of day, this time we want to analyze the marketing channels. Now the marketing channel is added here, and we can customize our visualization by again clicking the settings. So let's go ahead. We can limit the number of items that will be displayed. Let's say we just want the top 5 items to be displayed, and we can choose to not display the legend. And this is what our donut chart will look like. We can name it breakdown by marketing channels, or we can make it a little more specific, order breakdown by marketing channel. We can always try to make our report as explanatory as possible, so that when we share it across our team, everybody knows what are they looking at. So our beautiful donut chart is added here. We can choose to hide the data source. In most cases, when you are reviewing the data, you might want to break down the data. So let's say in the free form, you added marketing channels and you added visits. But now you want to break it down further. You want to know that what are the page URLs in this marketing channel. So you can simply drag that dimension and you can see the breakdown option is available, and you can release that dimension here and wait for the magic to happen. So we can see the page URL for the marketing channel referring domains, and there are multiple records of it which we can navigate. Some out of the box segments are also available to us, like visits from mobile devices. We can simply drag and drop. So now the segment visit from mobile devices is applied and it is filtering our visits metric. Alright, so this is how our dashboard looks like now. We have the overview, the KPIs, marketing channel analysis, which we created using the panel of quick insights. Then we have trend, a line chart, a donor chart. We can rename this panel and let's say we can call it a deep dive. And let's call this table marketing channels by page URLs. There is one another panel that I want you guys to see, and that is the attribution panel. We can select the metric, let's say orders, and then break down by marketing channels. Then the look back window is 30 days. We can select the models, last touch, first touch, linear, and click build. You will see that it will create multiple visualizations based on our inputs like total orders, orders attribution comparison. For different models here, it is comparing. Then the channel overlap, channel performance details. Then the trended channel performance and the channel flow. So we created this dashboard together, and as promised, you won't find reporting in Adobe difficult anymore. Hope you liked the video. Do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.